Development blog. New ships. Okay, new ships, new ships. I feel like we need to stretch. We need to stretch. New wargaming bullshit. Gotta get the muscles loose and limber. Gotta stretch the jaw. We're gonna be swallowing a lot of bullshit today, aren't we? Yep. Okay. Need to warm up. I remember a long time ago, when I looked forward to Devblogs. I remember that. That was a long time ago, though. These days, they fill me with dread, they fill me with fear, and they fill me with hesitation, wondering what in God's name are they throwing at us. Well, soon we'll know. Yeah, gimmicks and BS time. Sounds about right. Flamu's forehead. Thank you for the 8 months as well. Okay. German battleship Anhalt. Spanish destroyer Alvaro de Bazan. I have no idea how to pronounce that, by the way. Alvaro de Bazan is how I'm gonna say it, because that's how it's written. European super destroyer Dalarna. That sounds very Swedish. Dalarna. It's not Dalarna, because Dal is like valley in Swedish, so Dalarna sounds plausible. Japanese submarine I-56 have been added to the game for testing. Interesting. Mute? Your face is muted. German battleship Anhalt. Holy shit. It looks like... This looks very Schlieffenhall. This looks extremely Schlieffenhall. This is like a Schlieffenhall with bigger turrets, isn't it? Wait, hold on. That looks like 100% like a Schlieffenhall to me. The first thing I thought of when I saw that was, hey. Zietenhall? No. No, that looks totally like Schlieffenhall. Look. Let me change the camera. Hello, you right, please? Anytime now you come out. Okay. Look at this. Now look at this. Has this Zieten superstructure? No, it doesn't. I mean, it's kind of like the tower is copy-pasted here, but it's moved to the back. It might actually be a combination. Copied. I think it might have the Zieten superstructure with the Schlieffenhall. These are dual gun secondaries, though. This thing is single casemate. Is it just... Wait, how close to Schlieffen is it? It might be just closer to Schlieffen overall. Kinda. This thing also has the dual... Nah, it doesn't fit... It doesn't fit Zieten either. Doesn't fit Zieten either. Only this part here, the superstructure copied, fits. The rest doesn't fit at all. Heinrich? Oh, shit. I don't have it, so it doesn't let me... I guess I sold it. The hull kind of fits. Superstructure doesn't. It's kind of like a combination of all the battle cruisers, like... pasted. A battleship with an original layout, armed with 15 350mm main caliber guns in 5 3-gun turrets. The majority of them are on the back of the ship. Interesting. That sounds like HE spam. It's tier 8. Wait, tier 8 with 15 350mm main guns. Jesus. These relatively small caliber guns are compensated by the number, high salvo weight, and high armor penetration of high explosive shells. Oh shit. Are we getting a King George V in German form? The ship is well protected against both HE and SAP shells, however her citadel is quite vulnerable to enemy shells compared to the typical armor scheme of German battleships. Okay. In close combat, Anhalt can surprise the enemy with her powerful 700mm torpedoes mounted in 4 single-tube torpedo tubes. 4 single-tube torpedo tubes. Interesting. At the same time, unlike most German battleships, she has no hydroacoustic surge. Wait, 4 single. Are they underwater? Because I can't see them here. Are they underwater? There's nothing on the surface anywhere. 700 millimeters. They're finally overtaking the IGN. IGNs are what, 533? These are even bigger. 700 millimeters is huge. They must be underwater. Because I can't see them anywhere here. It's 610. Sorry, IGN was 610. You're right. See, it's still larger. Yeah, I don't know where the torp tubes are. They must be underwater. That makes the only thing that makes sense. Okay. Spanish destroyer Alvaro de Bazan. Tier 10. A tier 10 Spaniard. Okay, that's new. So wait, they're selling us tier 10 ships of the Spanish Navy before even adding a tech tree to it. What? This looks like kind of Regalo? High-speed destroyer leader with powerful artillery armament. Destroyer is similar to the Italian Capitani Romani type ships. This looks really similar to Regalo. Wait, hold on. How similar are we talking? Incredibly similar to Regalo. This is, they cut it off here. They cut it off there. But the funnels are different. The funnels are more back-turned. It's similar, but it's not a copy pasta. Even the bow looks different. It's not a copy pasta. Like, the bow is completely different shape. This is much steeper. This one is very different. Yeah, it shares similarities, mostly with the way the turrets look. Like, the turrets look very similar. That this flat shape is very, very similar, but the hull itself is clearly an original hull. It's different. The main feature of the Alvaro de Bazan is 835mm main caliber guns with HE and high-powered AP shells, as well as the ability to use the alternative firing mode burst fire previously unavailable to some superships. Oh boy, here we go. Thanks to her fast 40 knot speed, she can rapidly attack enemy ships and deal heavy damage in a very short amount of time. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Sailing around in my Alvaro de Bazan, seeing a Smolensk, and bursting him with like burst fire AP and smashing the Smolensk out of the water sounds really satisfying and really fun. But on the other hand, who plays light cruisers anymore? Like, already when I play Elbing, I'm happy if they have one light cruiser for me to hunt. If the enemy has Paulo Emilio, it might be. Who doesn't play Mino, right? I mean, sure, this seems fun, but it seems mostly fun to the guy in control of the ship. It doesn't seem very fun to be on the receiving end of. Only Mino, yeah. Torpedo armament is represented by two 4-tube torpedo launchers. The torpedoes have good range, but not the highest speed and damage. Consumables are represented by the classic destroyer set of engine boost and smoke. Okay, so very, very classic in that sense. I mean, it was only a matter of time before burst fire was going to be added to standard ships. Only a matter of time. We all knew it. As if cruisers are played less and less. I mean, when people play cruisers now, it's just the heavy cruisers. Lightest thing you see is like Nevsky, and that's the one that sits 15 km behind everyone, throwing HE at them angled. It's pretty sad because there's already very little pushing in light, anything light, and now there's going to be even less. Watch him remove that gimmick just like they did with the tier 6. True, remember that it was supposed to be on the tier 6 one, but it was removed because they couldn't make it balanced at all. So we'll see how well that works on the tier 10. European Super Destroyer Dalaran. Holy shit. It looks like someone took a Småland and like stretched it out. It looks like someone took a Småland and just like, we're gonna make you longer. Interesting. People are quite happy, right? It's a stretched Småland, doesn't it? It looks very much like everything else looks classic Småland design. It's just that it's stretched. Like look at the turret setup, look at the secondary behind it, and just look at the shape of the hull. And then you look at this thing. A versatile destroyer, combining powerful artillery and torpedo armament with the most modern AA defense equipment for the 1950s. Dalaran is a classic representation of the European destroyer line. Powerful torpedo armament, strong AA defense, no smoke, and a decent caliber for main guns, which allows the ship to repel the enemy in an artillery duel. The main difference between this ship and its predecessor Holland is the additional turret, which gives it one of the best damage per minute of her type. That sounds kind of cracked. In addition, the Dalaran can use two types of torpedoes in combat. The familiar European torpedoes with high speed and low damage, slow and not the most long-range torpedoes with increased damage. So it's a Holland with more firepower and the ability to YOLO more effectively with hard-hitting torps. What is slow for this? I wonder what slow is, because European torpedoes are insanely fast. The Super Destroyer's consumables are represented by the engine boost, repair party, and defensive AA fire. Interesting. So this is like Holland on crack. This might be a lot of fun, but I'm not sure how much the game really needs another super torpedo gunboat destroyer. Like, not sure if it really needs it, but Japanese destroyer I-56 tier 8. Here we go. I-56 belonged to the third and final series of the second modification Otsu class submarines, Type B Mod 2 I-54 class, which included 3 ships and operated in the Imperial Japanese Navy from 1945 to 1944 to 45. Otsu was one of the most numerous submarine classes in the Japanese Navy during the Pacific War period. Submarines of this type were fully suited to the conditions of the Pacific theater of war, well armed, fast-moving, highly autonomous, with a short dive capability, and suitable for a wide variety of combat missions. However, the price for the high performance characteristics was a large displacement and the cost of the submarine. Well, the cost is irrelevant to all the warships. The main armament of the submarine is composed of 6 torpedo tubes with long-range torpedoes in the bow of the hull, as well as a 140mm main caliber gun with sap shells under direct player control. Man, they're already going ham on the gimmicks. Wait, under direct player control? It's a DD that you can... It's a DD... What? It's like a destroyer now. Deck gun. You can surface and shoot. You can surface and finish ships with. This was one of the things that the other DDs suffer with. Like, you're up against the DD with 1 health, you have to land a torpedo. This thing can surface and shoot it. I'm not sure how much I like... Here's a new premium. By the way, this premium has a feature that you were asking for the other submarines, but this premium will have it. I'm not sure how much I like that. This seems... Honestly, I hate using the word pay to win, but this is... I'm not saying this thing is overpowered and it means win. I mean more like pay to access a feature that you wanted in the default class. I'm not sure if you can call it pay to win, but it's kind of scummy anyway, right? It's kind of scummy anyway, because this is something people asked for. One of the main things people asked for normal subs, surface gunnery, using the deck gun, and Wargaming was like, no. And now they add a premium that has the feature. Create the problem, sell the solution. Yeah, I know, but that's kind of ish. Did Japanese use sap shells anyway? I don't know. I don't actually remember them using semi-armor piercing. They used capped shells on battleships quite often, and on heavy cruisers. They used capped shells that dove and hit underneath the waterline. They absolutely used those, but semi-armor piercing, I don't know if they actually used them. Possible. Possible. They did experiment a lot with different shells. The sub has excellent surface maneuverability, but is significantly slower underwater and has limited dive capacity. This makes long dives impossible for the I-56. This submarine's combat tactics are similar to those of Japanese torpedo destroyers, playing on the surface and regularly attacking enemy ships with torpedoes without homing from long range. Except this thing can dive under radar, it can dive under planes, it can dive under incoming fire and torpedoes. Huh. They really are stepping on DD toes, aren't they? Dive under hydro? Yeah, that's probably the dumbest thing, honestly. Okay, let's start with Unhulled. 69.5k health for tier 8 battleship. That's pretty good. 32mm plating means can't get overmatched. Also really good. 5x3 350mm guns. Firing range 21.1. That's actually excellent. That's really good. HE damage 4k, but 88mm pen, 27% fire chance. That's, considering the amount of shells you're throwing at, that's pretty good, crazy. 30-second reload, 1.7 sigma. This thing can be like a really frustrating HE spammer to deal with. It's standard BB dispersion though. 271 is standard, isn't it? Dalaran has 300,000 HE DPM. Interesting. I'll get to that when I cover the Dalaran. Thank you though. Torpedo Tubes 4x1 700mm. Wow, they're hitting like Shimas. Range 6 kilometers, speed very slow, but I mean for brawling, that's really good. That's really good. They're very slow with poor conceal though, but I mean if you use them for brawling, these are still really cracked. Huh. Interesting. It seems kind of brutal, like it's hard to deal with that range because of the HE Predator, and then when you try to brawl you have to deal with the torps. The secondaries are 105s, 150s, 7.6 km range. That's actually really good range. That's the high, isn't that the highest base range? That's what leads to 12 point something range, doesn't it? Isn't 7.6 like really good? It's 11.5, not 12.5. It's 11.5. So it's tier 8. Standard German. The AA is pretty bad. You get 6 flak though. 6 flak. 6 flak. That's pretty good. Do even the standard Germans get 6 flak? Wait, where's 5 flak? 8 flak on Brandenburg. I guess it sits in there. I'm pretty sure the old ones don't. No, they get 7. Okay, it does get pretty okay. The problem is, of course, 75% accuracy, which is going to be the key problem. 75% accuracy means the actual effectiveness is not very existent. Maximum speed 25. That's pretty slow. That's actually really slow. Germans are generally quite fast. Like Bismarck Torpedoes does 31 something. Yeah, and the range is lethal, of course. Big turning circle. Terrible rudder shift. Surface detect is 15.5. 15.5 times 0.909097. 12.2. That's pretty goddamn good. Also, what? Smoke fire penalty 13.3. That's insanely good for 350s. What? 350mm guns with 13.3 is actually really good. Okay. We'll see how this thing plays, but it looks like a big HE pressuring ship that is, even if you close the distance with and have to brawl with, it can still be quite effective because it has secondaries and torpedoes. Looks like kind of a... It doesn't really seem particularly bad at anything. The biggest issue really is the German HE Alpha, which is dog, but you got 15 shells and 88 pen and the fire chance, which might more than make up for it. We'll see, we'll see. Seems quite strong. Is it premium? Yes. 25 knots though, yeah. Yeah, it's slow. It's stealthy though, so it can live with being slow. It's very stealthy. 12.2 conceal. Spanish destroyer Alvaro de Bazan. 26.6k health, that's a lot. Standard plating. Pretty okay, decent range. HE 23mm, 9% fire chance. Reload time 10-second base reload. That's pretty dog. 10 seconds on 8 guns. I mean, you build it, of course. You'll build it for better reload, but that's still pretty dog base reload. That's not very impressive at all. Obviously though, you're supposed to be using the AP and the burst. Burst fire here, there's 40-second reload, burst interval 2, shots in series 3. That's pretty insane. That's 3 volleys. 3 volleys in 6 seconds you can launch. Oh well, 3 volleys in 4 seconds more like. You shoot 2 seconds, shoot 2 seconds, shoot. So yeah, in 4 seconds you can throw out 2.5k alpha potential. You're throwing out 8 shells. Potential 20k citadel damage times 3. So 60k citadels on a light cruiser. If you land them well, it's more than enough to dev strike any light cruiser in the game. If the pen is high enough, you might be even able to dev strike heavy cruisers. If you get the dispersion or the pen, whatever. That remains to be seen. This thing is going to be very hard to judge because penetration will decide a lot. Does it get Elbing pen? Then it might be insane. Does it get Grozovoy pen? Then it's not going to be that impressive at all. Torpedo Tubes, 2x4, 13.9, 13.5, 56. Spam, pretty okay. Spam, very stealthy torpedoes. You just spam and hope for complete junk AA. It's very fast, turns well, handles decent. 7.9 surface detect. Wait. 7.9 surface detect. 7 point. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? It seems way too good. 6.2 conceal? On a gunboat with burst. Shit. Z52 has 6.1. Haragumo has 6.2. With full stealth build. Few people build it for that, but still. Running into this thing in one of those ships, and then you get bursted by 1950 with the burst while he smokes up and disappears. Like you can get cracked for like 10-15k damage while he smokes up and disappears. I doubt this thing is gonna keep this concealed. I'd be surprised if this thing kept this concealed. That seems sus. Because you can literally park on top of light cruisers and dev strike them and there's nothing they can do because you can get so fucking close. Nah, this seems... I think this will get nerfed. This seems sus. Oh, and there's an engine boost as well. He's huge though. So conceal doesn't make sense. If you play it the assassin, absolutely it makes sense. Okay, European Super Destroyer Dalaran, 20.3k, pretty low HP for Super DD, 3x2, 120, 12.3 range, that's actually very good. HE 1750, HE 28% fire chance, 2-second reload? 2-second reload? What? 2-second reload. I mean, this is with captain and everything. Smaller reach is 1.5, but that's literally running the module. It's running the minus 12%. And small one has 2 turrets. That thing has 3. 310k base HE DPM. Really? 3010k base HE DPM. Is that accurate? Is that really accurate? Is it? 310k base DPM. 315. 315. Holy shit. Wait, that puts him at... What? That's without building for the guns. No. No. This is... No. That's without building for it. You got to remember, the higher the base value, the more building helps, because all the buffs and modules in World of Warships are percentage based. They're 10%, they're 12%, they're 5%, and the bigger the base number, the more the benefit from percentage is. What the shit? Wait, what are they saying?
Strong AA defense, no smoke, a decent caliber for her main guns, which allows her the ship to repel enemy in an artillery duel. So, the main difference between Dalaran and Holland is going to be the additional turret that she has. So she's going to have 3x2 guns instead of 2x2, which is going to give it some of the highest DPM in the game. She's going to have, I think, 300,000 DPM base, strong AA.
Repel! What do you mean, repel enemy DDs? If I have fucking 60k more HEDPM than the Marceau, I'm not gonna be repelling enemy DDs, I'm gonna be hunting them down and I'm gonna be shitting on them. What? How does that fit? What the shit? That's so absurd. Like 315 DPM. And then you add in like fucking 12% reload. And then you add like fucking Fearless Brawler, which is what, 10%? Fucking, I'll add in BFT just cause fuck everyone. What the fuck is that? What are they smoking? AR? Oh yeah, you add in AR. Holy shit, that's when you take a damage. I forgot about AR. And then you have Jersey that has improved AR. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can add cruisers to this list. And it's gonna like, what, is it gonna out DPM a Smolensk or some shit? You're gonna run around with a fucking Smolensk on your back. You think I'm gonna be repelling enemy destroyers when I'm carrying a Smolensk on my back? No, I'm gonna be hunting and killing enemy DDs. I have a Smolensk parked on my destroyer hull. I'm not gonna be repelling enemy ships. I'm gonna be crushing enemy ships. I'm gonna be dumpstering enemy ships. Are they drunk? I mean, the concealment on this thing needs to be like 9 kilometers. And even then, I doubt it's very balanced. What the fuck? Okay, 8% fire reload. Super fast turret reverse, of course. Torpedo tubes. Okay, it has, of course, it has the torps as well. These are standard hull on torps. 15 km range, 86. This is standard hull on torpedoes. So it gets hull on torpedoes without any downsides while having better than Marceau DPM. What the shit? Alternate torpedoes. Slow! I'm sorry, what? 70 knots! What the shit kind of power creep is this? Did they actually call him slow? Did you fucking call these things slow? Slow and not the most long-range torpedoes. Slow and not the most long-range torpedoes. Fucking 10 km range, 70 knot speed. You know, what the fuck are you fucking smoking, you imbeciles? I remember when you had to spec on Shima, you went for the slow, by the way, slow. These are F3s. And these have 8 km range. And I mean, this is full torpedo speed build. I mean, standard Shima torps are what? 74 if you're running the additional 5% torpedo speed. Like, if we fucking sell this thing, apparently Shimakaze torpedoes are slow. Man, no one ever told me that Shimakaze fucking oxygen torpedoes are actually slow torpedoes. I wish someone would have informed me earlier and I wouldn't have made the mistake of fucking playing this ship, because apparently these torpedoes are now, in 2022, considered fucking slow torpedoes. Holy shit, Wargaming. Have you lost your minds? Alternative torps, 14.4k, 10k range, still fucking better range, and 70 knots. And what is this torpedo detect? Why is the detect on these things 1.3 kilometers? Why is the detect 1.3 kilometers? Just to put it into perspective, these fucking slow torpedoes have a detect of 1.7 conceal. 1.7, can you even see it behind that? Now you can see it. 1.7 fucking concealed torpedoes. So those things have 400 meters better conceal, because I guess they're so slow. They're just so fucking slow. That's why they have to have that kind of conceal. Holy fucking drunk. What in God's name are they talking about? Jesus Christ, they've lost their minds. They've absolutely lost my mind. Where the fuck is my mouse? Here's my mouse. Hello? AA defense, of course. The bow force suddenly works much better on this ship than it does on any other ship. Daily reminder that the Montana has like what? 80 Bofors 40mm guns, but for some reason these guns just don't do anything because World of Warships doesn't make any sense. 9 flak, that makes it without a doubt the best AA destroyer in the game, like so much better than anything else. Maximum speed 36 knots. That's slow, but it's like not that slow. Turning circle 720, rudder shift 4.4. That's really good. Surface detect 7.7. 7.7. 7.7. What the fuck is 7.7? Have you fucking lost your minds? You're gonna make this thing outspot Harugumo, outspot Z52. What about fucking Hayate, that was supposed to be the next generation IGN gunboat that you fucking shoved into the game? You're gonna have this fucking thing outspotted while having a small end packed up its ass and a fucking Colbert sticking out of its throat, and you're gonna give it under 6.1 conceal. This developer has fucking lost their minds to fucking power creep. Absolutely lost their minds. I understand you're running out of content, but what the fuck is this dog shit? Come on, think of the game. What the fuck is the point of this ship? This is dumb as fucking bricks. Nothing of this makes sense. You should have looked at this. I don't care how much you're gonna change it. You should have looked at these fucking numbers as you were putting them up and gone, hey, hold on. I'm a retard. I can't fucking put these numbers in because this is so fucking stupid. You think! Think, Wargaming, think! You can't put this fucking thing in! Jesus, who's gonna play any gunboat against this thing? No one! It makes no fucking sense! Oh my lord. 2.8 smoke firing, of course. Of course it has 2.8 smoke firing. Why wouldn't it have 2.8 smoke firing? God forbid this huge fucking Smolensk sitting in the smoke in front of you would have anything resembling a poor smoke firing penalty. They said Smolensk was too good. They said Smolensk was too good. But it's a super ship, so apparently everything they said goes out the window because it's a super ship, so fuck everything else. Oh, and it gets damage control, engine boost, repair party, and of course defensive air fire. Perfect. Perfect. Right? Imagine the Ragnar's fate, because I mean, you're gonna spot, he's gonna get spotted at 7.5, and he's gonna be like, maybe that guy is gonna disengage, but you're just running at him, and then the Ragnar pops radar, like, haha, he's no oh shit, it's a fucking Dalaran. Wonder if they're gonna give it burst as well. Wouldn't surprise me. What? What the fuck is that like a typo? Did you fucking lose your minds before you made this devlog? What? It's tier 8? Tier 8? What the fuck? Tier 8? What? Tier fucking 8? What the fuck is... Hello? $24,200? Tier 8? Like they're... What? And you know it has French fucking resistance to damage, French saturation, because it's a submarine. What the fuck? And they, like, this used to go based on tonnage. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with them? Thank you, Ramenko. Main battery. 1x140, firing range 8.5, maximum sap damage 2750, 2.3 second reload sap gun. So wait, if this starts surfacing and just slapping your DD, that's actually gonna fucking hurt quite a bit. Maximum dispersion 45. Isn't that Elbing dispersion? That's the improved dispersion that the Elbings have, right? It's usually 90 meters. 45 is like the super tight dispersion. So it's gonna be hyper accurate. So you can just like surface and start bloop, 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 bloop every 2.3 seconds. Probably less with AR. Mind you, max range is 8. Yeah, but you think it cares? I mean, it's assassinating destroyers. It's finishing off DDs. What the fuck? So now, reload 10 from duration, ping effect 705. Maximum range, torpedo 661. Acoustic homing torpedoes, 10.8, range 6m, speed 78? Man! Fucking every torpedo is so slow nowadays compared to what they're putting into the game. 78 knot homing torpedo. 78 knot homing torpedo. Like, my fucking Shima torps are 10% slower and they don't home. 35 second reload. Wargaming actually hates DDs nowadays. They're just putting all this shit that can dumpster DDs in. 35 second reload. That's not a whole lot. Number of loaders 6. So individual loaders, each reload in 35 seconds. What's the tier 10 sub damage? Isn't the damage really high? Am I missing something? Isn't like the... 7.8k on the Balao. 7.8k on the Balao? What? 8.6 on the U-25. That's like the improved damage. And this thing has 20% higher. This ship is like made for shotgunning. Wait, what the fuck is this shit? These are the shotgun torps. Hello? 14.3k torps. At tier 8. These new premiums are gonna go so fucking cracked. Flamu, this is finally the good IGN premium we've been promised. Yeah, because there's no good IGN premiums in the game. Atago is shit, Musashi is really weak, and Kaga totally is into tier 10. Poor IGN, man. How will they ever survive? Thank God they're adding this fucking dog shit into the game to save poor IGN premiums. My fucking God, what the fuck is this? 12.5 km range as well. 73 knots. Oh my God, this is gonna be such ass to deal with. This is gonna be such ass to deal with. Maximum speed 27. Turning circle 750. Rudder shift 9. Surface 7.3. 7.3. 7.3. Wait. What? 7.3. So it will outspot everything anyway, despite all these tools it has. Right? 5.7 conceal. Except, remember, this thing can go periscope depth. And that will cut it to like 2 kilometers. Oh, it can't slot the concealments. You're right, you're right. But this will only matter if it's bobbing on the surface, which it will never do. It will be periscope all the time. I mean, it doesn't even need to be close enough to care, because the torpedo range is so good on this. 12.5. Hydrophone. Jesus. The fact that this tier 8 has this much health, though. You gotta remember, fringe saturation and this kind of health. Fucking hell. This Dalaran is the biggest dog shit I've ever seen, though. This Dalaran is the biggest dog shit I've ever seen. They can't be like, they can't be fucking. I don't know what they're thinking, man. I don't know what they're thinking. What the fuck are you supposed to do against the Dalaran in any ship? In any ship, panic smoke, and hope he doesn't just blind fire you to shit. That's basically it. You panic smoke and hope it doesn't dumpster you. Being a Dalaran too. Ah, true. Drive a submarine. Hey, there you got it. Drive a submarine. Just drive a submarine and dive. Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Wait for the Russians. They still haven't added a Russian super ship besides that destroyer, that Lidl Kaba. I'm still waiting for that, man. But I mean, can they really make something worse than fucking Conde and Patri and Dalarna? Like, can they actually make something that's more horseshit than what we already have? And Eagle and fucking United States? Like, they're already fucking terrible for the game. Super Petro? Is that a challenge? Okay, true. Super Petro? True. Super Kremlin? Oh god. Super Nakimov? Oh Jesus. You're really asking them knowing that they're Russian? Yeah, I guess.